I like old things. It comes from my mom, a true antique lover. I was sitting in class when I came across this diamond in the rough. I had my pal Arlen drive me out to Elizabeth, PA to pick her up. It was far from working condition, but I didn't care. I was in love. For just $30, she was mine. Now, the hardest part about making this video was actually restoring the bike. And the hardest part about restoring the bike was lugging it back and forth between my house and the bike shop. If you want to work on a bike in Pittsburgh, Kraynick's is the spot. It was opened by Jerry Kraynick in 1976. They have 6 workstations in the back that are open to anyone who wants to work on their own bike. You get free access to an endless sea of tools and the brains of 2 veteran bike mechanics. The only rule, next time you come in, you have to try to help someone who knows less than you. I began by consulting my bike guru, Rocky. His advice? Clean her up and figure out what's salvageable. There were a lot of out-of-date and quirky parts that weren't working too well, so after much deliberation, I decided to completely dismantle the bike and start from scratch. There were a few road bumps, but for the most part, pulling the bike to pieces was a blast. Grip it and rip it, smack it and snap it. In the world of restoration, painting over the original paint is sacrilegious. But I did my research, and this bike really isn't worth that much. It was made in Japan in the mid-60s, and there are others of this exact make and model out there in much better condition. I send my apologies to whichever grandchild of mine takes this thing on Antiques Roadshow. Putting the bike back together was a serious challenge. If I didn't have Rocky and Jerry guiding me through every step of the way, I wouldn't have even come close. It took me 4 full days at the shop to put this thing back together. It was exhausting and frustrating, but also deeply engaging and satisfying. My brain was enjoying this big orange puzzle. Working at Kraynick's, you meet all sorts of people, because biking is for everyone. The young, the old, the rich, and the poor. This sign certainly held true. I learned far more in those 4 days at the shop than I would have if I attended all of the lectures I chose to skip. And with a little elbow grease and determination, I was able to leave with something I can now enjoy forever. The feeling of riding something that I built was euphoric. I was damn proud to be cruising around on this thing. I now had a deeper understanding and appreciation of these crazy contraptions. I kinda wish I had left it black, but boy does it look great against Pittsburgh in the fall. Full of imperfections, yes, but bright and beautiful nonetheless. I took an object that's been around for 6 generations and gave it new life. I could have spent this past week watching Netflix or sitting in class, but instead, I made something. And that feels damn good. Subscribe. Thank you.